You know what? Screw it. Whenever a DC movie comes out, I'm just going to ignore the critics and check it out for myself. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer, the third film in DC's cinematic universe. And I'm going to tell you what I thought about this movie. It's going to be great, and as I kind of mentioned earlier, don't listen to the critics, especially when it comes to DC films, because it seems like critics and audiences are not on sync with one another, at least most audiences. Because if you look at those audience ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, yeah, the ratings are like low. Like right now, I think Suicide Squad is at 27%. The audience rating is at 73%. So what did I think of this movie? I think that's the important part. Because why you're watching my videos, right? You guys want to know what I think of this film. Maybe it's not fair for me to say don't listen to critics, because there are some critics enjoying this movie. I heard Collider Movie Talk. John Schnepp seemed to really love the film. I think he gave it the exact same score as I did. John Campea liked the film, Dennis Zen. We also got Jeremy Johns out there supporting this film. There are a couple of critics out there who do love the film. So not all critics are hating it. There are some defenders out there. Unfortunately, a lot of the critics aren't enjoying it. But a lot of the audience, and the audience is the one that the rest of us, all of us are important to films, because we show our voice to the company when we go and get a ticket. That shows the company, hey, we like this movie. We are interested. Don't worry about the critics, because we are going to come and see this film. So go and see it. Check it out for yourself. If you don't like it, don't buy any more tickets. If you love it, like I did, I might be going to see it a couple more times. So let's get into this. First of all, I have to say, man, this cast is great. This cast of characters is what really pulls this movie. The movie is short on plot, so it's not really strong on that aspect, but it is strong on characters. These are really enjoyable characters who are going on this mission to stop whatever this evil threat is, and here we go. First, we got Deadshot, played by Will Smith, who is a really great character that you really sympathize with. You know what his goal is, you know what he's trying to get, and you're rooting for this guy all the way through. And just like Will Smith, he has that charm that comes with him that you really enjoy from a lot of his roles. And he was a great Deadshot. I hope to see him again in future DC films. Also, if you're going to talk about this movie, you gotta talk about Harley Quinn and the Joker. I mean, these two are very iconic characters, and there were moments that really made me smile while watching these characters. Joker, we don't really get too much of. He's there for maybe like 15 minutes or so, spread out nicely. I felt he was spread nicely throughout the film. In the middle, he kind of disappears maybe a little bit too long. But the movie, by the end of it, I did want to see more Joker. I was hoping to get more, and I can't wait to see this character go up against Batman in an upcoming maybe solo Batman film, going up against Ben Affleck's Batman. That is what I really want to see from the Joker next time. But from what we got of him, I was happy. I'm glad what we got. It's not enough to make me say if Jared Leto is the best Joker or not. I did really like his performance as the Joker, but I'm not ready to say he's better than Heath Ledger. I still think Ledger has it. I think he's still the king of the one who is the best so far. But again, it's not a fair comparison, because there really wasn't much for us to go with. But what we are given, it's a good taste of what we're going to get down the line. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is also fantastic, like I've said. She's really enjoyable, really innocent, and again, you want to see more of her. She does get a lot of time, though, that's the thing, but you want to see more of her playing off the Joker as well. I think that was some of the fun stuff also, but I did like her interaction with all the other characters in this movie. She is a lot of fun. She feels like what Harley Quinn should be, which is what I really enjoyed. Some surprising characters that I enjoyed much more than I thought I was going to. Captain Boomerang was a great character. He looked like an interesting character when you watch the trailers, but I didn't expect to like him this much. I thought he was really enjoyable, really funny. He was really cool. There was a fan theory that I came up with on how he would end up in the prison. So if you want to check out that video, I'm going to put it in the description box below. Check that out. And I was half right on how he was going to end up there. Yeah, he was really great. I liked it. Diablo was really the most interesting character to me because I remember when watching the character, I'm like, who is this guy? He's wearing a wife beater. I'm not going to like this character. And he actually turns out to be one of the most sympathetic characters in the movie. You really do care for this guy and understand his story and where he's coming from, especially the more you learn about him throughout the film. I thought, yeah, this guy, this character surprised me, and the actor was really good too. I thought all the actors were really bringing their A game and really knocked it out of the park, and this Diablo character was definitely a highlight for the film. Also, Killer Croc, Killer Croc is a character that I known through the animated series Batman, and it was really great seeing this character come to life, played by Mr. Echo from Lost, and he was also in Thor: The Dark World as Malekith's second in command. And it was just great seeing this character on screen, hanging out with the rest of them. He has some funny moments throughout the film as well. All these characters have some really nice moments here and there sprinkled in. Even though the movie centers on Deadshot and Harley Quinn the most, the other characters do get their moments to shine. And I'm glad Killer Croc was realized on screen and not realized by Joel Schumacher, because that would have been a disaster. I also like the Enchantress in the beginning of the film, but where they take her later on, I felt it was kind of odd the way they treated her towards the end. I don't want to spoil anything, but there will be a spoiler review on my podcast later today, so check that out. But I'll leave it at that. I liked her in the beginning, how they had her at first, but then where they took her halfway through the film, I was kind of, that was a little cheesy. Of course, you also have to talk about Amanda Waller, such a great character that has been portrayed by several actresses already. Starting in Smallville, the character made her first live-action appearance. She also made an appearance on Arrow, as well as the Green Lantern film starring Ryan Reynolds. So this is the fourth actress to play Amanda Waller in live action. And I gotta say, maybe it's the best performance of Amanda Waller. And I really like the Smallville version, but this one definitely felt the most like the Amanda Waller I knew from the comics and from the cartoons. So it was really enjoyable seeing that character fully realized on screen and see how badass she can be. I will say some of the special effects aren't so great. The final battle kind of is a little silly, and I will say that overall, the plot could have been a lot better. I think they could have put a stronger plot, which is where I think Batman v Superman succeeds, is that I felt there was a more better plot in there, where this movie didn't really have one, but it was a cool, fun action film, and that's what I think it delivered on. And the characters were really enjoyable. So if you are going to see this movie, don't check it out for the plot. Check it out for the cool action, cool characters, fun. It's just a fun film, and that's what I think a lot of people wanted from Batman v Superman, for that movie to be a fun film. There's some great cameos in this movie from characters that you probably already know about, but just in case you don't, I won't spoil that. Just that they're nicely put in here, nice little Easter eggs throughout. And so I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. If you want to know my rating for the movie, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I really thought this movie was a lot of fun, much better than what Rotten Tomatoes is making it out to be. But remember, Rotten Tomatoes is just a score of the critics who are giving these reviews bad films, and unfortunately only 27% of them enjoyed the film, which is who cares? Go see this movie for yourself. That's what I always tell people, to see the movie for yourself and judge it for yourself, because everybody has different tastes. If you like the trailers, believe me, you are going to like this movie. The trailers definitely give you that taste of what this movie is going to feel like. And if you were someone that was really disappointed with Batman v Superman's darker tone, you will be much more satisfied with the tone in this movie. And after coming out, I said to myself, this is the tone DC needs to go with. It's a good balance of fun, but at the same time, it's still different from Marvel, which DC needs to do. It needs to show people that, look, we're not the same like Marvel. We're doing our own films. And I think this would be the appropriate tone to do it with. So with that being said, guys, tell me what you think of this movie. Did you see Suicide Squad yet? Are you planning to? Tell me in the comment section below. Subscribe to my video. Like this video. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter. All of that will be in the description box below. Check out my podcast that hopefully I'll have up later today. My spoiler review that I'll be doing with my cousin Derek and my brother Kevin. We all saw the movie last night. Well, I won't tell you their opinions. You can find out when you watch or listen to that podcast. So until next time, guys, take care.